A majority of modern farmers are regularly spraying all kinds of toxic artificial pesticides and herbicides on their crops these days. While this often helps crop yields in the short term, it's a bad thing in the long run. I gave a talk at an organic farm festival in Yorkshire, Ohio recently and used the following visual. Holding up a plate of food like this, I sprayed some Raid insect killer on it, like so. I then explained that this is basically what's happening to us, the food consumers. Yeah, these artificial pesticides and herbicides, they kill the insects and they kill the weeds, but they also get in the crop. During a stop at Oberlin College, environmental science professor and author David Orr told us that as we ingest these herbicides and pesticides, they become chemical cocktails that explode into things like cancer in our systems. 1 in 3 people in America now get cancer. 1 in 3. Just let that sink in for a minute. And while it's not all attributed to toxic farm chemicals, there's a good bet some of it is. You know, we're forever, quote unquote, racing for the cure, which is fine. But common sense also says we need to stop using the stuff that causes cancer in the first place. These toxic chemicals, including modern artificial fertilizers, are also destroying a lot of precious topsoil. 1 inch of which takes 500 years to make. 500 years. We learned at a small organic farm from some Franciscan nuns in Oldenburg, Indiana. Also, with damaged soil, the nutrition value of the food becomes diminished as well. And the less nutritious the food, the less fortification for the immune system. As a result, we're a society that's getting physically sicker and sicker. Just look at our ballooning healthcare dilemma. Incidentally, I drew the balloon. What's more, these toxic farm chemicals tremendously pollute our rivers, our streams, our lakes. Now, I could go on with this, but I think you get the point. Our administration would push to ban toxic farm chemicals. Sorry, Monsanto. And we would inspire a mass shift back to organic farming. Notice I said back. See, for a long time in this country, all farmers farmed organically. Long before there was the word organic. In fact, if some of those old farmers of yesteryear were transported back here through a time warp or something and heard the word organic in regard to how they farmed, they probably would have laughed, maybe spit, and said, "What?